Members of Parliament, Prime Minister and Ministers, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this unique occasion at the Swedish Parliament, the Riksdag. I would also like to extend a special welcome to His Excellency, the Ambassador of Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, often we like to look for nuances. We prefer not to see things purely in black or white, good or evil. Today, however, this is not possible. There is no justification for Russia's vicious war against Ukraine and the suffering it is inflicting on the Ukrainian people. In this appalling situation, we have witnessed great bravery from the people of Ukraine. We have also seen admirable leadership from many, in particular His Excellency, the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelenskyj, who has been a true leader at this most pivotal of times. We're all honored by the fact that President Zelenskyj is willing to address the Swedish Parliament on link from Kiev today. Welcome, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. I would like to welcome you. Mr. Speaker, it is my honor and to have this opportunity to address you. I would like to also welcome the Prime Minister, members of the Parliament of the Riksdag, and members of the government. The blue and yellow flag now is probably the most popular in the world right now because this is the flag associated with freedom to people in different continents and different countries. The blue and yellow colors are not only colors of Ukraine, these are also colors of Sweden. And obviously this is not just a mere coincidence, this is destiny because we stand together for freedom, for the peaceful life, for the dignity of every human being, for justice and a careful attitude to the world we live in. This is why it is only logical that Sweden is among the countries who extends the biggest support to Ukraine. I'm very grateful to you for this. This has been a month now since the beginning of the biggest test, a full-fledged war that was started by Russia against our country. There has never been a black month of this magnitude since the Second World War, such destructions and such war crimes. The list of dead people is counted in thousands. Dozens of communities and cities have been destroyed. The Russian military doesn't differentiate between the military targets and civilian targets. They destroy the housing blocks, houses, hospitals. They even shell kindergartens from the rocket artillery. They have destroyed hundreds of educational facilities and more than 200 schools. Russian army was bombarding universities. You can imagine they are destroying any infrastructure which is a life-supporting infrastructure. The warehouses with food, with medication, they've captured 2 nuclear power plants. This is the second time now they have hit a chemical production site. They've used today the phosphorus bombs. Adults and children died. Why is Russia doing this? Why is this terror against us? Why do they need to subdue the nation to make a slave of the neighboring country? Ladies and gentlemen, Swedish people, the current Europe, which became peaceful for so many years, is built on a very clear principles. There cannot be any forceful revision of the borders. Any nation has the right to choose their future without coercion, without dictatorship. Based on these two principles, we have had an unprecedented era of cooperation, of peace and confidence. We had it before, and the Russian leadership decided that they can move things in time, as if they can cancel the 21st century reality, as if they can act like they did in the times of the totalitarian ideologies. If Ukraine wouldn't endure and protect ourselves, it would mean that all that reality was lost. Everything that we value, everything that your people value, everything that people of any country, free country value, it would mean that all neighbors of Russia are in danger from now on. It would mean that you were in danger because it's only the sea which divides you and this aggressive policy. And Russian propagandists already discuss on air of their TV broadcasters on how Russia will occupy your Gotland island and how they will control it for decades. They're showing this on TV to Russians on the map. They're showing the directions of the advance of the Russian army. Why? Well, because they think it would be comfortable to put anti-air defense system and the base there to cover the advance on the Baltic states. Russia went to war against Ukraine because they want to advance further in Europe. They want to destroy freedom in Europe. This is a fundamental challenge for the European security and defense system. Please look at what Russian army is already doing in our country. For 8 years of war in the East, the occupation of the Crimea, the repressions, the torture, submission of any manifestation of freedom and diversity, the month of a full-fledged out war, a vicious bombardment, the same as it was in Syria, kidnapping children, taking them to Russia, children and adults, raping in the housing sectors, and the looting of the Russian soldiers. Dozens of thousands of houses and apartments have been destroyed. We've had already 10 million displaced and 3 million already on the territory of the European Union. I don't want to call these Ukrainians refugees because I know they will come back as soon as Russia will go away from our land. Right after the peace will come back to our country. Ladies and gentlemen, the Swedish nation was one of the first to come with assistance to Ukraine. Your assistance is absolutely sincere. It's based on the values, based on our love to freedom, based on the symbols of the yellow and blue. Everyone knows what Sweden is aspiring to. The whole month has seen what Ukraine is willing to do. We are together in our anti-war coalition, and we need to do our best to make sure that Russia seeks peace. It was a historic decision by Sweden to provide Ukraine the necessary armament. We are grateful for this, for your reasonable approach, for your perspective. Sweden is supporting sanctions, the policy without which there will be no peace, because there's no other language than efficient sanctions that Russian leadership can understand. But for peace to come faster, the sanction packages have to be approved on the weekly basis. No barrel of Russian oil, no vessels of Russia in your ports, no euro taxes of your companies to Russian budget. Their war machine has to be cut off from the means of existence. The conscious actions of Russian army in destroying civilians, destroying our cities, should have a response, principal response from all European countries, the response of the free world. And that has become already one of their attributes of Russian army. So completely destroyed cities, killing of civilians, phosphorus bombs. We have to make sure that it wouldn't become a winning strategy. All of these war crimes have to be punished. For those who gave the orders, for those who killed people, they have to go through the tribunal to make sure that no any country would think that they can be not punished after killing people just like that and destroying completely the neighboring countries. I'm sure that together we will be able to bring peace. And this is why now we have to start thinking about restoring of Ukraine and rebuilding of Ukraine after this war. And this will come. I would like to invite Swedish architects, Swedish companies, the Swedish state and your people to participate in this historic project. Ukraine was beautiful, but now it will be even, it will become a big country. This will be a big project of restoration for the sake of people, for the sake of development of our country and the whole Europe. I would like to welcome you and invite you to demonstrate to the world and to the future generations that war doesn't bring results. Instead, peace brings fruit and good results. And Sweden is the first country that we propose this project to. You can take a sister city or sector to restore the city or the sector. And I'm sure that your technology, your business, your love for the life and the way you organize your living spaces would come to use very, very much. And all our citizens, all those who defend our country have done a lot already to protect our common European values, our common European home. We are fighting not only for Ukraine, we are fighting for the security of Europe, and we have proven that we deserve to be a full-fledged member of the European Union. The decision is already in the process. This is time to approve that decision. And I'm sure that in this you will also support us. Thank you, and thank you, Sweden. Slava Ukraini, glory to Ukraine. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, for your sincere and important words and for taking the time to address us in the midst of the ongoing war. Thank you also for your leadership at this crucial time. I can assure you that the support for Ukraine is strong in this chamber. Our Parliament has previously decided, as you mentioned, on extensive support to Ukraine and will unanimously vote in favour of further support later today, including weapons that we hope will help you defend your country and, in the longer term, the European security order. We stand with you in this struggle because freedom matters, peace matters, Ukraine matters. Thank you.